Okay, well, got another project for you guys. So here's the story. I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory of what's going on with this guy. The person that sold me that one is a very nice guy. He said, hey, this engine needs to be replaced. Apparently it did not need to be replaced. It was just the exhaust. I took the engine out for no reason, but anyways, good thing I did, because the engine needed rewiring, and it was a whole lot easier to put the exhaust while the engine was out anyways. So put new engine mounts, new bolts for the exhaust, used exhaust, of course. I have it almost ready. But the person that sold me this one, here's the story. The person that sold me this one calls me back, says, hey Mario, I got a nice deal for you. He said, I have a Turf Tiger 2 that needs an engine. I'll sell it to you for a good price. I'd rather give it to you. I mean, you'd rather sell it to me than put it on the market for somebody else. So I said, you have the first dibs. I said, okay, well, what's the other model? It says it's a Turf Tiger 2, but older model with a 48-inch. He's like, that one is just gonna be a parts mover as well. But he gave it to me. He sold me this and another Type Turger 48, older model, of course. This is a newer one. I'm gonna guess it's a Turf Tiger 1 on that 48. So anyways, he sold me both of them for $1,500. And as you can see, this one definitely needs an engine. He wasn't lying about this one. This one is actually the one that needs the engine, but that one is a good engine for sure, because I already fired it up. Anyways, back to this guy. And then I got this last weekend. Today it's Thursday, and Sunday, or actually Sunday last week, this past weekend I got it. Even used the trailer, brought them both home, unloaded them, and then been sitting for about 4 days. I've been looking for 4 days for an engine. Then I ran across this guy. This is a Vanguard. Well, the mower is a grasshopper. Then the deck is all messed up. I have the deck over there. The deck is all messed up, but the engine runs perfectly fine. Yeah, this thing is gone. It's rusted. I mean, the buffers are good, but so I mean, you can rebuild this, but I don't have the time. I don't have the patience to deal with this guy anyways. So we are $1,500 for this mower and the other mower, then $1,000 for this guy. Engine runs perfect, smooth. It's a 29 carbureted, which will bolt right into that one. That one is fuel injected 26. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, 26 injected is pretty good, but also this is a big boy, so this will fit just fine. Let me get it open here, and you can see that it's a Vanguard. There you go. And it fires right up. Let's see if it does it right now. What do I have? I have something on. There it goes. Fires right up. And it runs very smooth. I might have to clean the carburetor a little bit, but it runs pretty smooth and everything. Paid $1,000 for it. So the plan is take that engine out tomorrow, throw this in there, and I'm gonna have to sort out the wiring, because this one is a little bit different from what the Scag comes out to, because this one has the different this will have just like your regular lawnmower engine. Hopefully I don't screw this wiring up, but it should be plug and play, tell you the truth. Should be pretty good. Well, here we are, Let's see if we can make this possible. I think we can. I have this guy almost ready. Should be ready by next week. I'm waiting on some wire harness that's already been cut on that engine, and then I should have it ready. But I think this is worth, because that PTO clutch alone It's like $200 to buy, and that's already working. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell the pumps because this drives perfectly fine. I'm gonna sell the tires and the pumps and the front wheels, and then just toss the rest of it. And then, you know, this battery is gonna go into, oh yeah, so the battery came with it. That's a $50 battery. Definitely gonna go into the Scag, even though that has a good battery, but you know, I'm just saying that they're both good batteries. All right, so that's the plan. We'll see you guys on the next video. See you tomorrow and see if I can get that engine out. I'm gonna pressure wash it a little bit. I'm also gonna pressure wash this guy as well before I throw it in there. All right, see you guys on the next video. Okay, so I can officially say that Scag, even this one, whatever, Scag is like the worst, officially the worst mower or zero turn I had to change an engine on it or take it out. The reason I'm saying that is because there's no freaking room, especially on this horizontal engine. Those are the mounting bolts right there, 2, and then there's 4 in the back, and then 2 there is 4 down, 4 on top, and then they're not self-tapping. It's like nylon thread taps or something. Anyways, it's one of my worst engines. You cannot go from this side because the pumps are here, neither on that side. So what I did, I cut a 9/16 about maybe 4 or 5 inches, over 4 inches. Then I can stick it on the side. They're barely holding it with tip of my fingers. Then finally been at it for like half an hour, and finally I got it loose. Let's see if I can remove this. I have to remove the shaft, of course. Shaft is right here, still on it. But it's one of the worst engines I ever worked on it. I'm gonna still have to take this Vanguard off, but I'm hoping it's not as hard as that one, because I can put my hands over here. Look at that, no problem, you know. And this is on a grasshopper. Over there you cannot, because the pumps sit right next to the block. It's just impossible. Maybe with a Vanguard I might have a little bit more room, because like the fuel pump on a Kohler is like right here. Maybe that one is a little taller, I don't know. But it's like one of the worst engines or models I had to take this crap out of. This is crazy. Okay, so I took the drive pulley out. I had to yank this out because the engine wasn't moving. Now you get to see me wrestle with this thing. See if I can lift it up and over this one. This I can do. What I'm worried about is going to be the Vanguard. That Vanguard looks huge. I don't know. I might need a engine lift, which I do in the back, but I'm not looking forward to bringing that guy out. Let's see. Okay, I got it moving. Everything should be off and disconnected. This collar. Let's see. I can't lift this thing. This thing is too heavy. Maybe I need to bring him over down or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's too heavy. Maybe I don't have a good grip because I had to lift him over up. Maybe I need to muscle it out, I don't know. But right now it doesn't look good. Doesn't look like it yet. Have a good grip. What? That one holds pretty good. Let's see. Some type of wire is stuck somewhere. Could be a starter wire. Yeah, it's gotta be. be the starter wire. Give me 1 second. I think I need a 1/2 inch. The reason I know it's a starter wire because the block touched somewhere and it just sparked. Okay, that is loose. Don't fall on me, buddy. Don't fall on me. So, okay, so the starter wire is off now. Now, we should be, technically, should be free. I didn't know about this. The fenders on this Turf Tiger 2 are pretty strong. I'm like 175 pounds. And so far, something is sparking again. What the heck is it? Or did the wire just fall down in there? Is that what it is? Alright, let me take another video. Okay, the reason I thought I had everything off, and then when I was lifting on the last clip, when I was lifting the engine, I was sparking because it's touching some ground, and I thought it was touching ground, but no, it was apparently the ground wire. It's on a block over here. In my mind, right there. In my mind, there you go. In my mind, when I took those engine mounts, in my mind, it was that it was grounded on the engine mount on the bottom, but no, they have it grounded on the block, the actual separate bolt for it. On the Vanguard, for most of the engines, not that I've seen engines that have it on a block or the starter, it doesn't matter, but on a Vanguard, the ground, it's the same bolt that you mounted on the engine mount. Most of them are like that. So when I was yanking this guy out, he wasn't going anywhere because the ground wire was still there. All right, let's take the video now. Now should be free. We'll see. And I have a better grip now, so I can just go from the top. Don't have to go from the top of them. You gotta be kidding me. There's still another thing here holding it down. What is it? Oh, I haven't even freaking moved the bolt yet. Hang on. I was so eager to make the video telling you guys that there was a bolt here. I've done it halfway through. I haven't even. What is this? 1/2 inch. Okay. There we go. I lost that bolt, went down there somewhere, but and free at last. Oh man, this thing it is heavy. I'm gonna put it down over here. All right, the engine is out. Okay, there we go. No engine. Tiger, Turf Tiger 2. And there. Whew. I'm gonna clean this stuff out the best I can, and maybe pressure wash it. We will see. On to the getting this Vanguard out. Hopefully it's not as hard as that one is. Remember, it was my mistake. I thought I had the battery off. Tried to disconnect the battery first, of course. Alright, hang on. We'll get in the next video. We're gonna get this guy off now. Okay, so that wasn't that difficult. It was odd because the bolts on this side, I took them off by hand. They were loose. So maybe this is on this model, maybe this holds it tied down. Maybe this is the actual frame, because if you look at this one, they have space. Maybe it's because you have to put the engine in, I don't know. But those two bolts were loose. That one over there was tight a little bit, but not much, and this one had a little bit of difficulty. That's where the ground was, but it came out. Here are the engines side by side, and I don't know if I need a different plate, but the Vanguard, it's a little taller compared to the Kohler. Will it fit? I don't know. I'm trying to question this right now. We will see. At least we will try, right? Maybe my guessing is not that good, because, well, I do have other bolts here. I don't know. Maybe it fits. It should fit. I just don't see why not. He might go that way a little bit more towards the oil cooler, but I think it should fit just fine. Because I've seen this same over on the Vanguard, so I don't see why that would be any different. It's big block, and you can tell what they mean by the big block. It's way bigger than the Kohler. Maybe the Cheetah over there, it's as big as the, if you look at the Cheetah, it has the EFI. That has a big block too, so that Vanguard is pretty much the same size as that one, and that's a 35 horsepower. So, and this is a 26. So this is like a little baby compared to them two, Well, that's my guess, because the height on this, it's like an inch taller. So we will see when I do the fitting and see what happens. But the engine is out. Both of the engines are out, and basically that was the goal for today, to get the engines out, and I'll pressure wash them later on. But it's 3 o'clock right now, so I'm calling it. I'm done. I gotta wait some lunch, and I'll be back later on today to pressure wash everything. Then and do a fitting test. I'm gonna need my brother to help me, or my brother-in-law to help me lift that engine. That's the other thing. This is heavy, and usually I'll lift engines all the time, and they are about this size. But when I want to lift this guy, I gotta tell you, this thing is like, I don't know what the weight is on it, but to me it felt like 200 pounds or more. And I can lift easily like 180, 200. I can lift, not easily, but I can lift it. And then this thing is way heavier. I don't know, maybe it has the exhaust on it, but the exhaust shouldn't weigh that much anyways. That's the other thing. I think the exhaust should fit just fine. So I might not buy an exhaust for this guy. We will see. All right, see you guys in the next video. Well, here's the washed. See that color must have been having an exhaust leak, or the gasket, head gasket was leaking for a while or something, because it left a mark over here. I'm gonna have to either repaint that or scrape it down a little bit more. But that's where the cylinder side was. But anyways, that doesn't come with a pressure wash. It doesn't come off. So I pressure washed it. The whole mower looks in, I would say in good shape. You know, I mean, it's not great shape, but it is good shape for the paint. It is great in like structure, you know, because there's no holes or anything. It just faded a little bit, and then, you know, used, I can say that. But this Vanguard, it took very little to pressure wash it, and then look at that. So the must have replaced the engine not too long ago, because the charging system looks new and the whole engine looks new. I don't think the engine hours match to this block. This block is way cleaner, because I was told when I bought that grass hopper that the mower was a 2007, and there's no way that it's a 2007 engine. I don't know. The mower is for sure, because it's in better days. But there you go. I lost the sticker here earlier. I'll find it in a little bit. But when I was pressure washing, the sticker over here blew off. I'm gonna find it and glue it back there again. But yeah, it took very little to wash this guy. It's looking already clean. That starter gotta be brand new. Look at that. The bolts are new and everything. So that's tomorrow we're gonna mount this guy, or we're gonna try to fit it in here and see how it fits first before we mount any bolts. But I'm pretty sure it will be perfectly fine once we pour it on there. We'll see. But before, what I'm gonna do, because I think I bent this when I was taking a cooler out today. This is the oil cooler. I'm gonna loosen the bolts. Look at that. That's already loose. I haven't even done anything to it. It's already loose. Anyways, I'm gonna get those off and then bring it to the other side. That way, like, I don't take a chance of breaking that thing. Alrighty. See you in the next video, guys. Don't know if I had mentioned it or not during all these clips that we've been taking about changing this engine. I have mentioned that, or maybe I didn't mention that the engine that was here, which is that color, that's an EFI engine, and the one that we are putting in is a carbureted engine. So for it to work, one, I have ordered, I went to a mower shop here that carries Scag, and we ordered an adapter. Don't know when it's gonna get here, hopefully in a week or so, but it's an adapter that goes from here to that Vanguard, because that Vanguard, I'll show you right now, has a different plug-in, which will be this one right here. They're not compatible, so I would need an adapter, because I really don't want to splice anything and screw something up over there, because the previous engine was an EFI, and then plug over here, it's plug and play, makes all electronics of, you know, fuel pump and all that work at the same time. That is going to be carbureted. And the other thing that we are going to do, I don't know if anybody knows, but you know, you have a fuel injected mower, you only have a throttle, right? That's just for the gas, and then, you know, the choke and that is done automatically through your see something. I don't know what they call it. What they call it, see something computer. Anyways, but keep in mind that every mower plate, every single one of them, if you push this plastic here underneath it on the side or somewhere here, every single one of them has a spot for a choke cable. Like 99.9% of the time, either they have a little like hole when you put like the ones that you pull up, it has like a bolt. Let me see, does that one? No, that has different over there. But you know, every single one of them has a spot that you can adopt like another engine with a carbureted. So I would have to order a choke for this guy, choke cable, maybe pull one from the scrapyard, and then it's gonna look like this other Scag here is gonna have, you know, throttle then choke, you know what I mean? So I would have to order one cable just like this guy. But keep in mind, every single one of them always have the spot. You just have to feel like this one here. See how I'm opening it, and then, you know, I'm probably gonna cut it so it looks nice and stuff, but it's gonna look like that one. I'm not really gonna change the sticker, it doesn't really matter. I know that it's a Turf Tiger 2 anyways, so the sticker's not just gonna tell me that. But it's gonna have a choke cable right over there, and then we'll go to the back. Keep that in mind, guys. That's the easy part. The hard part is hopefully that adapter works for that engine, then we should be good to go. But first we're gonna mount the engine in there, because no matter what, we're still gonna replace the engine. Then we worry about the wiring later. Okay, she's running, she's charging, the video came on. Everything is working as it should. We're gonna let her run for a couple more minutes. I think the carburetor needs a little work. I'm not that worried, it's still working good. I'm not that worried at the moment, but for the new fuel in there, for now, I'm gonna put a better one. But and of course, I don't know when was the last time this mower ran, because that gas is old. I'm guessing I had it for like 2 months now. Maybe a month and a half, 2 months, I don't know. It's been a long time, but I finally got around it. So everything is bolted like it should, and then we're charging. Next video is gonna be running it around, then cutting some grass and stuff, and it turns off. So good to go. All right, so it's been 2 weeks. I had some cleanups and stuff to do. It's December 18th today. So I had this mower for maybe, I don't know, when was the last? Should be in my previous video, I lost track. But anyways, we're gonna talk a little bit about some wiring. Let me grab my notes that I made. All right, here we go. Now, the one you're gonna see on the paper here, the notes you're gonna see on the paper here is for the Vanguard, Briggs & Stratton Vanguard, 29 horsepower. That's this engine called the Big Block. Okay, I had to take the engine. I had the engine here, and then I took the engine off again, but I had not bolted in yet, so I took it off. But it's a pain in the butt to do that on and off thing on this engine, because it's huge and it's heavy. Anyways, I used that cherry pick right there, and that was yesterday. So finally took the engine off, because I had it here for like 3 weeks or a month just sitting and couldn't figure out the wiring, so I had to take the engine off again. Anyways, so I took the shroud off here, the engine cover, which is horizontal engine, so you can see everything from the other side. Then I looked at let me grab it real quick, I should have it somewhere in here, and that's the wire harness for that one. You see, I should have done this before I started the video. Find the one for the Vanguard. I know it's somewhere around here. Where did I throw it? It's not here. Anyways, I'm looking for the harness for the Vanguard. It doesn't really matter, or it does matter, I don't know. But anyways, let's go through the paperwork, and then we can I've written everything down. So, all right, here we go. The red wire, that will be your charging system. That comes from the rectifier right here. That's from all of the Briggs & Stratton. They all look the same. This kind of square. This one is more bulky because it's a bigger engine, so it has a better charging system. I'm guessing it's a commercial engine. So the red wire comes out of this one, and then goes straight to the battery, to your battery terminal, because it needs a battery to charge. So that's runs to the battery, right? That's your red on the Briggs & Stratton. The green one is for oil sensor. Okay, so green one is for oil sensor. The brown one plus the white one, that's for your fuel solenoid. Okay, it grounds on a block somewhere by that, right underneath there, the shroud. There's a bolt that grounds. The brown wire grounds to the block, and then white one runs to the solenoid. That gets power. So that's that. The white and brown is your fuel solenoid. The black one on the Briggs & Stratton, that's your magneto, kill switch. Okay, yellow one, was a starter on this engine, and we're gonna go back to the Scag part and talk about those in a minute. But the yellow one, it's your starter. Okay, and that's it. That's all the wires there is to it. Red is charging, green is oil sensor. If it runs low, it will kill your engine. Brown and white, that's your fuel solenoid. Black is magneto. Yellow, it's your starter. And my spelling sucks, so if you're looking at this and you don't understand, just listen to what I'm saying. All right, so that's for the Vanguard. Okay, then now when you look at the wire harness coming from I had to cut this off from the Kohler engine. Okay, so this had a Kohler engine, and then the Scag wires are the black, your yellow and red. That's the power that this harness gets the power from. Okay, that powers everything, all your controls, the switch and all that. That's your red and yellow. Okay, that's hooked up to the starter, to the battery. Okay, piggyback together. Now that's that. So on a starter we have the battery, main one, the ignition wire, yellow and red, and then we have, which I put a purple, which is red. Like I said, the charging system from this guy is red. So you got 3 wires: the battery, the ignition, and then a charging system, which is red. Okay, so all up, basically I did all reds when it comes to the starter. That way it's not confusing. I left from the Briggs & Stratton, I left this brown wire because this is your ground. You don't basically need this anything, because the block is already grounded. So it's still getting ground anyways. Your starter, otherwise your motor will not turn on if your fuel solenoid doesn't turn on. So it's already grounded. All right, so because I have covered the wires here a little bit. Now the green one on the Scag, green and white, that's your ignition. Okay, and on the Kohler, since this is a Kohler wire harness, on the Kohler it turns out to be blue, and then that blue runs, and that's your starter solenoid. Okay, so blue becomes your starter solenoid, but on a Scag it's green and white. Okay, the red one you see here. Okay, and it's important because you're gonna need the red one. The red one, it's your fuel solenoid. So it's red, and then becomes, I don't know what color it becomes on the Kohler here. I'm gonna guess, yeah, it's red, still red. Then red goes to you wanna be famous on my videos? Yeah. That's my oldest daughter. Come here. What's your name?
Marita.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm teaching the internet how to do this.
Cool.
Then your red one becomes black. No, wait a second. What did I do? No, white. So the red one coming out of here becomes red to the collar one, and from the collar to the Briggs and Stratton becomes white, because that's white for Briggs and Stratton. Okay, then the other wire would be your white. The Scag white here is your kill switch. In the collar wire harness, it's the same thing, white for white. Okay, so that runs white here. Then what's interesting, in the Briggs and Stratton, it becomes black. So the kill switch on a Briggs and Stratton is black. Okay, so that's it for that one. And then yeah, that's it for that. It did have another wire, and the other wire is brown here. It was brown on a collar as well. And then apparently what happens is this cable has an ignition. From the ignition comes with the ground and the lights and all that stuff. So it has lights as well for like accessories and stuff. So it had two 12 volts, one of them going to fuel solenoid, which is the red, so I left at the red as well, but the brown one also had 12 volts. So you can power like lights if you want it. I did remove that because I didn't want to get confused, since that was brown, and then the Briggs and Stratton also has a ground wire, it's also brown. So if I would connect both of them, I would have burned something, so I left that off. So yeah, that's it. That's basically what it is, all that stuff. And then, you know, and that's it. So comment below and all that, and see if you need any videos. For short videos I can do that, but that's it. What is it?
We still gotta do the Karen one.
Oh, Karen? No, we're gonna pass on the Karen video. So I'm waiting for one more, well, couple more things. I ordered them on the shop the other day, and let's go over those things that we need here. Marita, are you gonna help me lift this up for me? Oh, don't drop it. All right, it's helping me. All right, just put it down on there, that's fine. We have the PTO, we haven't, I think I bolted the PTO, I'm not sure, but it's bolted. The wire still loose a little bit here. Oh, that's what it was. I had it. Good thing. Anyways, I still gotta bolt a few more things here. I have the PTO belt on and everything. What I'm waiting on, it's the drive belt. I put a new spring here because I was missing that, so that's new spring, that's a new pulley for the drive shaft. And then what else do we have, Marita? Just the drive belt. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the drive belt. I did also order another PTO belt. This one is okay, but I want a new belt, so I got two belts. One I already have, one waiting, and then the other belt is the drive belt. Once we have that in, we're gonna install it. We're gonna engage the hydros, and then we're gonna drive this thing around. I already tested the PTO clutch, everything works as it should. And then yeah, that's it, you know, just waiting on the drive belt. And then the next video is gonna be driving it around, then cutting some grass, right?
Yeah.
You want to turn the ignition on there for me? Turn it on just one time. The key, yeah, just one time. That's it. No, that's it. Then come and see this light. See how bright they are? There's some hazard lights that this thing came with.
What the hell?
And then
Stop the hazard.
Then we just turn it off. So it has how many hours? It has 1,099.5 hours. That's
1,000?
it. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't have a lot of hours at all. By the way, Marita is the sponsor for this mower. She has paid with all of her money. She doesn't know that, but I used her money to buy this mower. I'm gonna add all the price, how much we bought it. Well, we bought it for $1,500. The engine was $900 I paid for it. Yeah, $900. we're gonna add it all up, and then when it's ready for sale, you guys comment below how much would you pay
For this mower.
for this mower for 1,000 hours, 1,100 hours. So comment below how much this will be worth. Then once I'm done with this one, while I'm waiting on some belts, actually I'm gonna work on that Wildcat, which that's another video that I'm doing as well. So wait for that video to come out as well. All right, see you guys on a video when we do the drive belt and everything. And then what you say?
Bye bye. Thank you for watching this.
See you guys. All right, this is gonna be a quick video for this round. We just added a choke cable, like I said in the previous, coming from a carbureted to, I'm sorry, coming from fuel injected to carbureted. You're gonna need a choke cable, and that's easily done. This is just parts that I use from my scrap yard. This is from another Scag. It's actually a throttle cable, which they're all the same anyways. So you got 2 bolts here for the throttle cable, then I added 2 bolts for the choke cable, and then it's way too long, and then it wraps around, comes this way. On a Vanguard, it already has a manual choke, like right here, if you don't have the cable. So these engines are meant to be installed in a lot of equipment, so you can just choke it right here, but you're gonna have to reach back and do all that. But you can still add the cable. I don't believe the Kohlers do have this one, unless it's for like for other machines, like what they use them, log splitters, or like the stump grinders and stuff like that. They might have this one, but most of the Kohlers that don't have it, unless it's for some other equipment. Vanguards, most of them do have it. You can add the cable, and that's it. So that's it. I'm gonna, when I push up here, I should choke it. There we go. And I pull it back, that opens the throttle, I'm sorry, the choke, and then that's it. Still waiting on that drive cable. Hopefully it comes today afternoon or tomorrow, and we're gonna install that, and then we should be good to go. Okay, it's after New Year's now, 2026. It's been a little bit. I remember last time, maybe November or October, I was working on this mower. Anyways, everything is back where it needs to be. Yeah, finally, that took forever to get me the drive belt for you guys. So we got the drive belt replaced, and then new spring for this side. I already had a spring for that one, for the drive. We replaced this bolt over here. What else? Both belts are new. That pulley, the main pulley, that is new as well. And some other stuff. But it's running, it's cutting. We already cut that whole area right there. This side, that side. We're gonna go there next. But it runs perfect, drives perfect. There we go. How's the hazard light? Okay, here we go. It drives pretty nice, very smooth. That 29 Vanguard, I'm gonna say it has a lot of power, and this is only a 61 inch anyway, so I think will be plenty of power with this mower. Right, let me kick the blades. This side does make a little like noise. I don't know if it's spindle or something. They're not touching the blade, they're not touching the bar. It's just very weird, it's making noise. I already checked that. Alright, here we go. Pull the throttle up. Now there's some power. my neighbor there trying to say hi. It drives pretty nice. The suspension seat is pretty good. Got plenty of power. Not as fast as the Cheetah, because the Cheetah is the fastest mower apparently. You gotta excuse the noise because I live right on the road. But anyways, this is the last video, and last section of the video. We have completed the engine swap on this Turf Tiger 2. So let's go over the things and numbers, and then you guys let me know if it was worth buying it and fixing such thing. First of all, I got this mower, and you can see it in the back somewhere, and I'm gonna show you real quick. This one right here. So this is a Turf Tiger 1 48-inch. So I got this guy for parts. The Kawasaki and the engine runs. It's liquid cooled, but it's too old to be fixed anyways. So I got that one, and then this one together as a deal for $1,500. I got the PTO clutch from that mower to put on this guy because this didn't come with a PTO clutch, so I didn't spend any money in there. But this engine from a grass shopper for $900, so we are at $2,400 right now for 3 mowers. And I have that grass shopper for sale for like $300. Hopefully that sells for just the pumps because the deck was all messed up. And then I'm gonna sell pumps on that other Scag, the other one that came with this one. So hopefully that makes some money, but so far $2,400. Then I spent another, I believe it was like $70 for that pulley, because that on this one was damaged. When they transported or whatever they did, it was bent on the bottom. So another $70 there. The choke cable that we added onto this one right here, it came from that other Scag, so I didn't spend money on that. The battery was rechargeable, so I actually was working perfectly fine. I didn't recharge the battery, so the battery is fine. The spicing here on the cables, it didn't cost me any money. I just had some wiring nuts there and all that, then clamps, so I clamped those and then shrank them with wiring here, so I didn't spend any money on that. I just had some stuff there. Oh wow, so I thought I was hearing some noises, which I was underneath, and what was happening was one of the baffles underneath the deck had hit a rock or something, and then it was touching the blade just a little bit to cause it to make a noise. The first time I lifted it, I didn't see anything, but I lifted it up again, and finally I seen it where it was touching, so I just bent it in place. There's no problem on the blades there or anything like that. This seat was missing the knob here when you adjust the level of your backrest. So what I did, I mounted a bolt there, so it's fixed right now at this position. But if you wanted to like go higher, you would have to drill another hole here and move this bolt there and adjust it by that. But it's fixed right now, so that's not a big deal. What also? I haven't changed any tires, any blades, everything. All the belts are fine. Everything is fine. So we are with the fuel filter. I added that. The oil is still good on this engine. For the exhaust, I'm using the same exhaust that came from the grass shopper. Still does the job. Just doesn't do anything. I mean, it's still just a thing, right? So you don't need a buy the Scag one. But what I did want to buy is the cover. My Cheetah has a cover that goes over, but again, I don't know which cover that is because I don't want to buy the wrong one. Then they do have a cover that goes in one side here and one side there that kind of covers it. This here doesn't really matter. I would rather have it like this because you can blow stuff off in case stuff gets in there. You can just blow it off with your thing. It will cool this perfectly fine. I already tested it. It cools just fine there. The hydraulic fluid. It has but it has exactly 1100 hours. And we are at the transport, and I even used the guy's trailer to bring him over. But I did drive to go get that grass shopper. So with transport and everything, I would say $2,500 for this mower. And the labor is on me because I did it all myself. But would you pay that money to get this mower fixed up and running how it should? And it doesn't look perfect because it has some scratches, but all Scags do. And then we have an airplane flying somewhere around there. But this guy is a beast. It's a 29, and then actually cost me a little bit more than 25. So hang on, let's do the math again. I'm at $2,400, about $70 for that pulley. About the spring, I think it was like $40. Can remember, but a belt and all that. So it cost me maybe like $200 and another $100 transport. So let's say $2,700, not 25. I apologize. $2,700. I mean, this guy is still, to my opinion, any day mower I'll buy it any day in this condition for $2,700 an hour. I mean, you cannot get a full commercial mower like this for $2,700 used anywhere. The lowest I've seen it is like $5,000, $4,000, and they have about 30,000 hours on it. So there you go. Let me know in the comments, should I buy even on my X-Mark I have this ones off the covers because I blow the grass off every time I want. See how it traps in here, and you pull the cover, it's just gonna get worse, and then it starts to rot. It starts to rust out. So you don't want that if you use a commercial. I know it's a safe thing, but if you're cutting grass commercially, you should be aware of all that. You're a safety guy anyway, so you shouldn't need covers. You should know what to do. But yeah, the hydro fluid looks good. I don't have to change anything like that. If it does, I'm gonna change it, but so right now it's still good. I'm thinking of painting some spots, then after that this is good to go. Let me know, guys, what you think. Let me know if this was helpful to any of you guys. If not, ask me questions. I might be able to help you. If you have an engine swap on any mower, I'm pretty good with that. This exhaust is touching a smidget here, which doesn't bother me anyways. I'm not gonna cut that or anything. It's perfectly fine. And the shield is not going anywhere. So there you go. All right, we'll see you guys on the next videos that I'll make. I have plenty of them coming up. All right, talk to you later, guys. Thank you for everything.